Hey y'all, Shayla here, and today we're going to be doing some straight crochet hair. It's by Model, and it's called Yaky Bounce. Now, I bought a 1B and a 530, which is the red you see in here, just because I wanted just a little peekaboo color. Usually, we turn the music on, and I'm still gonna put the music on, don't get me wrong. But I usually put the music on and just let y'all watch, throw some words up there to let y'all know what's going on. But I feel like because I use several different methods with this style, and then I changed my mind on some things, and ended up changing some things, I felt like I needed to give you guys some more, just elaborate a little bit more about what was going on in the video. So I'll pop in and pop out to let y'all know what's going on in the video, and then at the end I will give you my overall experience with the hair, and then I'll also give you a review or the final thoughts when I'm ready to actually take the hair out. So let's get right into the video.
Perfect.
Okay, so now we've gotten to the top of my head, and I'm starting to do the figure 8 stitch. I'm not the inventor of this. If you're watching this, then probably my video about the 6 different crochet knots is out, and in there it details like the inventor of some of these stitches. So I'm not taking credit for that. That's not me. But anyway, so I use the figure 8 stitch, the double strand figure 8 stitch throughout the top area. Now I changed some of those because they just weren't secure enough when you're dealing with straight hair. Now when it's kinkier hair and when it's curlier hair, you're gonna have a much better result using that stitch. But I just felt like with this straight silky hair, it just wasn't secure enough. Now it wasn't like falling out, so if it's important to you to not see the knots, then this is a great method. However, I don't really care about seeing the knots. I love crochet braids. I like the crochet knots as long as they're neat. So for me, it just wasn't a big enough deal for me to have to deal with it and, get up in the mornings when I'm trying to flip it and stuff and having to retighten them. I don't want to have to do that, because y'all know I'm lazy when it comes to my hair. Like, I want it to look good, but I don't want to do nothing to it. Y'all know how I am. So the fact that I knew I was going to have to retighten it, you know, like every day or two, just wasn't working for me. So I actually took that part out, and I went back with just some regular crochet knots, just to put in there, so I wouldn't have to deal with it anymore. But basically, all I did on the 2-strand double knot method is make it where it's almost a figure 8 or a bow, and you'll see me, I'll try to slow it down for you guys so that y'all can see how I actually formed it. But I did that on all of these so that it was knotless on both sides of the braid, so that way I could flip it different ways. It just wasn't beneficial enough for me to keep it that way, but it is a great way to do it if not seeing knots is important for you in your crochet style. Now, as far as this hair goes, installing it, this is my 3rd time installing this hair. I've had it in 2 other times. The first time, the knots were just like way too big. I think maybe they changed how they bundle the hair. What is that? Oh, it's a bird outside my window, y'all. I don't know. I thought it was a snake. I ain't got my glasses on. I'm tripping. Anyway, the actual like strand, it was way more hair bundled in this one. When I initially did it, I think that was last year, early last year was the first time I installed it, and it was very thick and very hot, and I think I had put too much in. I want to say I had about 4 packs at that time, and I installed almost 3 packs. So I was like, it was hot, it was bulky, it was big. I got compliments on it because, yeah, it was pretty, but it was just too much. So the second time I did it, it still had that much. It had like, it was almost double this. I mean, in my experience, it was almost double this amount in 1 strand. And I ended up using like less right here, like less all the way around. And then on the top, I took the bands off and I split it. And when I did that, it was okay. It was a little better, and it was a little lighter, and it worked out well. This time the strands are a lot smaller, and I installed not a lot, like you see in the video that I spaced it out when it came to around here. And then on the top, when I was doing the knotless method, I was splitting the strand in half. Like I took the knot off and split it in half. And only on this section here where I went back and did the regular knots, I did not take the band off, and I didn't split it. I just wanted the parred knots to be very neat, because if they were going to be exposed, I wanted to make sure that they remain neat. And it being straight hair, sometimes that's hard to do, to get a neat knot with straight hair. So I just wanted to keep the band on for that reason, so that I ain't got to worry about it frizzing up or anything like that. So the hair, the last couple times that I installed it, I kept them in both I think the first time I actually kept it in about 6 weeks. The second time I installed it, I kept it in about 3 weeks. And it wasn't because the hair was ready to come out. It was just because I was ready for another style, because y'all know how I am. But this time I think I'm going to keep this in for about 6 weeks, because I got a lot of stuff that I got to do. And yeah, so I think I'm going to keep this in for a while. But anyway, and then also, this is my first time using the color. And it makes me a bit nervous, because the color hair I find in all the other crochet brands that I use, the color seems to frizz up and dull out very soon, way quicker than the black does. So when I do my final thoughts on it, I'll definitely let you know how the color holds up. But I just wanted a little peekaboo color. Do y'all like that? I'm not sure I ever did red before. This 530. I usually stay in between like a 1B30, 1B33. Sometimes if I want to highlight, I'll do a 1B27. And I almost got a 27 and put in here with the red. And who's to say that I won't do that in the future just to make it, a little different. So total packs I used without the redo and everything, I used 3 packs. It comes in these 3 bundles. Okay, and so I used one of this when I was using the 530 red color. So I used one of that, and then I used 2 whole packs of the black, and then I used 2 bundles of this, of a 3rd pack. So I guess if you put that all together, it was 3 packs exactly. This hair at my local beauty supply store was $5.99, and I'm in their little club thing that they have, and they send out this random text message every once in a while that says buy 2 packs, get 1 free. So I bought 2 packs and I got 1 free. So this being $5.99, that's $12 that I paid for this style. So I think that's pretty good. And even so, if you end up paying $18, I mean, you still can't beat that, especially if you're doing it yourself. So one thing I did like with this hair is that you really don't have to shape it. Like, the layers just kind of fall into place and you don't really have to cut it. I think, and I'm not sure if I showed it or not, but I think I did like trim just a bit, and it's only because the hair, when I was doing the knotless method, some of it got a little bit like uneven, and it was one that was just kind of sticking out, and so I trimmed that little bit. But that was the gist of it. Like, that was all I did. So I had no complaints. So let me know in the comments how you feel about this hair. Let me know how y'all like this 530, this color in my hair. Me being dark skinned, like, sometimes I am very cautious when it comes to adding color to my hair because I don't want it to be too much because I work in a professional environment. So let me know what y'all feel about it. If y'all like it, or if you don't like it, that's fine too. Let me know. And I'll take it into consideration when I am doing my next install on what kind of hair I'll be installing. So I think that's it. So thank you guys for all your love and support. Peace and blessings.